Turn the page, live your life every day. Don't let anybody stand in your way.
You know, I do a lot of walk and talk videos. I've had some comments saying, hey Mike, why don't you just do some sit-down videos when you're doing your little talks? And I'm doing that right now, and I am sitting down. I'm very comfortable. I'm in my Zen room, I call this. This is a room where I relax and meditate and read and just chill out. But today is about enabling. What does enabling mean to you? To me, enabling is one of the worst things you can do. It's like someone does something and it's not the best thing they can do. It's not the strongest thing that we know that they should do. Yet you allow it. You, instead of saying, hey, you shouldn't do that, you say, that's okay, don't worry about it. And there's a difference between being supportive versus enabling. Now, being supportive is someone does something or they get into contact with you and say, hey, I'm having a really bad time. Can you help me out? Well, being supportive is saying, well, what's going on? Okay, I can support you here and do something for you, but I have to set some type of guidelines or standards or some expectations. Being enabling is like, don't worry, no matter what you did, I'm here for you. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's what friendship's about. That's what support's about. You know, if someone is going through a tough period, you need to be there all in. Wrong. You know, when you look back in history, if you look, I just saw something on TV about O.J. Simpson, and all the people that supported him and had his back were really enabling him and allowing him to behave the way he behaved, especially right after the murders and the arrest and the famous Bronco chase. And it's like, are you kidding me? There's a difference between support and enabling. They enabled. When you know someone is guilty, it's enabling. What they're doing in the White House is enabling. We're allowing someone to misbehave when everyone knows that, you know, this guy's out of his mind. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about you personally. Or let's talk about family or work. I'm going to talk about I manage people and I don't enable. I support and I set expectations, but I don't enable. Let me elaborate. Someone is in a position where they need assistance, or they're struggling, or they're not meeting metrics, or they're having an issue. If I enable them, it's like saying, oh yeah, tell me more, that person has a problem. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. You don't have to hit that. You don't have to hit that metric. It's okay if you don't succeed, because I know there's a lot of outside problems, blah. We all have outside problems. We all have challenges. That's enabling. Supporting is like, tell me what's going on. What can I do to help you? How can I remove these roadblocks? Can I give you more support, some more tools to be successful? But once we establish what's needed, the rest is up to you. You. Because I'm not going to enable you. I'm going to support you and make the accountability on you. So there's a fine line between enabling, supporting, asking for accountability, but then setting the expectations. So how does that affect you? How does it affect you? What, are you an enabler or are you a supporter? Well, you better hope that you're not an enabler. Because an enabler, let's say someone has been down on their luck and they're struggling and they don't have a job and they can't make ends meet, and they say, what can I do? Can you help me? Well, a supporter would be like, what do you need? Oh, I need money. Okay, I'll give you a loan. An enabler will say, here's some money. Don't worry about it. What else can I do to help you? Well, I need a place to live, because an enabler would say, come move in with me, don't worry about it. A supporter would be like, come in, you can stay here, there's a time limit, there's an expectation, you need to go out and look for a job, and we need to reevaluate. If you enable someone, you're doing them a disservice. If you enable anybody, you're not allowing them to learn how to fish. There's an old saying, you got to teach them how to fish, but not give them the fish. If you're constantly giving people the fish, and they can eat the fish, and they sit back and go, oh, okay, that's nice. Well, they don't know how to fish, and they're still dependent on you, relying on you to be able to get that fish. But a supporter teaches that person how to fish. And of course, it's just metaphoric, but what we mean is you're teaching them how to be able to survive in the world versus saying, don't worry about all that, I'll take care of you. That's an enabler. So don't enable. I know you think you're doing a service for someone and you're being kind and you're being helpful. And I know a lot of people do it, especially with children or relatives or friends that struggle but are always leaning on you and you're always helping them. You think you're helping them. You're always helping to enable them. You think you're doing what's best, but you're not. You're doing a disservice for them because you're continually allowing them to misbehave, to not be able to contribute to society, and to really not live the full life that they were put on this earth to live. Now, if someone just is just completely unable to deal with anything, then another way you support is send them to someplace where they can get help. Physical, mental, spiritually, whatever help they need. If they have alcohol or drug problems, give them that help. If they have mental problems, give them that help. It's not up to you to sit there and take care of them. There's plenty of other institutions and people out there that can do that. So, ask yourself this, do you enable or do you support? And you better hope that you're a supporter, not an enabler. Because if you're an enabler, you're part of the problem and not part of the solution. And that's a tough love speech from Foster. Think about that one. Give me some comments. I'm cool either way. And check out my website, Live Life 365. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by the same name. Until next time, peace.
Live life 365.